Hello and welcome back once more, and please hit subscribe and like this video if you really do find value from this video. Okay, so I want to talk to you about the loan manager today. I've told you that just writing a check, Quickbooks is not going to be able to tell you how much is principal and how much is interest on your loan if you see the loan manager. However, it will. So you're going to see that the loan manager is also not on the home screen. So let's go and I'll tell you more about it. So let me show you how to access the loan manager. Something really important that I told you: when you actually create a loan in the chart of accounts, it doesn't ask you anywhere what the interest rate is, what the terms and month is, what the principal is, but it does ask you for the opening balance. But that's not the actual principal that you started with. So those are some of the things that you can't actually know by setting up the account the way we did in chart of accounts. QuickBooks does has something called the loan manager, and you could tell that maybe it's an afterthought. You could get it by going to the banking on the menu, then you see the loan manager. If you have any loan set up, you'd see them listed here, so you could just open it. But in our case, we'll need to add a loan here on the right. But before you add a loan, what do you need to do before you add a loan? So I want to show you what you have to do. You must have the account already set up in the chart of accounts before you come into the loan manager, and that's what it says right here. So if you have any lender information, contact information, account number and all that you want the loan manager to track, make sure you set that over in QuickBooks before you come in here to the loan manager. Also make sure that the opening balance is correct, because you want to start the number and go forward. So make sure you have the expense account for tracking the interest. And also, if you need to make an escrow payment, you'll need to make sure you set up that as well. So make sure you know all that before you go on and add a loan. So add a loan and go through these questions. The first one is the account name. This is why it's important that you have the loan already set up, because you're going to have to pick it from this list. I'm going to pick the office car. Notice it shows the current balance. The next thing is, who is the lender? Let's say any bank here. And it also asks you for the origination date. And just so you know, the loan manager uses this date to calculate the maturity date and the number of the remaining payments according to the schedule. So it has to be correct if you want accurate calculations. So go ahead and put it in there. The next thing is, what is the original amount of the loan? Go ahead and put it there. And the term and months that you agreed on. So notice you can make it weekly, monthly, but generally it's monthly. So if you click next, it will ask for the due date. So put it there. And then it asks you for the payment amount that you make per month. So the payment number there, you could put it's the first payment. Assuming you already have some payments in there, I can put it number 13 or whatever it is. The next thing it asks is, does it have an escrow payment? If it does, you say yes and put in the amount and the accounts that you would have set up for that. Yeah. So one thing it will do that's really nice is it will alert you 10 days before the payment. So that way you'll have to actually set it up. So I'm going to click next, and it's going to ask for the interest rate. It's 4.5 and 4.25, and it's monthly. We're going to say monthly for the schedule. So the payment account, basically, is it your checking or some other accounts if you have that in. So here's the interest expense account that we talked about. If you have anything like late fees, it would go back to the bank service charges. Go ahead and hit finish, and now you see there is your loan. Notice it tells you all the information you need, what the current balance is, the next payment, and all that. Here's the information about the lender, the interest rate, all that stuff down here. If you click over here to payment schedule, you'll see each month of your loan broken down by principal, interest, all the way down. Wow, this is beautiful. So you see about the payment number, which could have put it there, it's option. As you can see, the last tab is the contact info, so this would be the actual person at the bank that you speak to and all that. So notice over here that you could actually set up a payment. So if you get ready to make a payment, you come here to set up a payment, and a lot of this information is already filled in. A regular payment to the Bank of any city, it's got the principal, the interest, all this thing ready to go, and all you have to do is say down here, I want to write a check or enter a bill. Wow, I'll just go ahead and write a check and click OK. And look, we're now back on the home screen in QuickBooks, and here's the check. So all you need to do now is make sure everything in here is correct, and then save and close, and that is it. Wow. Couple of other things in the loan manager. You could edit the details of the loan, or if you wanted to remove the loan totally for some reason, you could do that. Now it's not going to remove it from the chart of accounts, just from the loan manager here. So that's how the loan manager works. Quite interesting. Please follow through and make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell.